tonight on NBC.
Hi there, welcome to Daytime. I'm Cindy Edwards.
I'm Dave Neiman. Thanks for coming in, folks. Now, today would be a day I could say kind of welcome aboard.
You certainly could. It goes with the theme. There is some water involved and sea life.
Yes, indeed. Hey, you know, we were talking about, you know, the water and fish and wildlife and the whole bit, but have you ever watched National Geographic programming and thought, wow, how do those guys do that? How do they get out there and actually make this stuff work?
Well, you know, the stories where people put their lives on the line to study and learn more about the big creatures on our planet.
Well, take a look at what our next guests tackle each and every week.
And joining us now to tell us more about the real Jaws story are real-life shark hunters and researchers, Sean and Brooks Paxton. Welcome.
Hey, guys.
Welcome
Thanks
to the show.
Wow, let's talk about this. Now, you're out there literally chasing down and tagging and then releasing a multitude of sharks, and you've been doing this for a long time, but let's start with the whole thing about sharks. Do they have a bad rap?
They sure do.
It's undeserved. You know, sharks have been around, what, 400 million years. Alligators, by comparison, 200 million, and they've been around a long time. They're a vital part of the food chain, and they do get a bad rap. They're just doing what they do best, right?
Have you ever had a close call where you got a little too close to the shark?
Sean actually got bit, but not by the mouth.
I got bit by the skin of a shark.
Really?
You wouldn't suspect that, but their skin is actually made up of millions of little teeth called dermal denticles. So one way, very smooth. The other way, a little bit like a cheese grater. So we were doing some measurements on a beach one day, and I got it the wrong way and got a bit of an infection. It wasn't the shark's fault. Once again, I don't blame the shark. So. Right.
Well, let's talk about the work that you've done with these sharks. You're catching them and tagging them to do what? What's your research all about?
It's for migrations, populations, size.
And I'm going to say, most of the video we've seen here is from the beach. Now, that's a little scary to me as I'm, you know, a beach goer. I like to walk along the beach, and there you are right there hauling up these big sharks. How scared should we be about being attacked by a shark?
It's a great question. You shouldn't be afraid at all. I mean, there are attacks. We really call them shark bites as opposed to attacks. Anywhere that there's salt water and anywhere there's a beach, that's where species everywhere from the, you know, all the way down from the great white to the blacktip, that's where they live and that's where they make their living. And it's, you know, within a few hundred yards of the beach where the waves are breaking, all the way up to where you put your toes in the water.
And you just have to be smart. Like, don't catch yourself in a bunch of bait fish, and don't swim at like sunset and, you know, sunrise. So
I think if the water's really murky, probably not a good idea.
Not a good time either.
Murky water, sunrise, sunset, birds feeding, bait splashing about, you know, those are good signs to maybe just work on your tan.
So any given time one wanders down to the beach, walks out into the water, say out of 20 times doing that, how likely is it that at any one of those times you would have been 10 feet within a shark?
Probably 15.
Really? So they're out there.
Yeah, I mean, that's where they do their business, you know, especially in the sandbars and pretty close to shore. That way they can herd the bait fish easier for them. They don't have to work too hard for their supper.
And most, I'm sorry, go ahead.
No.
Most of them are, you know, not, I mean, there's nearly 400 species of sharks. Most of them people have never heard of, never seen. A handful of them are actually, you know, can be threats to man. So the ones that you may encounter in there a lot of the times are, they just want to get away. They're just trying to, you know, do their thing. And they're going to, you know, 400 million years, they've gotten very used to self-preservation. So they want to avoid conflict and interaction if they can help it, unless they're hungry and you happen to be in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Adventure runs in your family, right?
Yes, it does.
Where does this come from? Mom?
Well, yeah, you could say that. Mary and Dad, she has to have a sense of adventure.
Yeah, our mom and dad, Brooks and Diane, you know, we were born in Western Pennsylvania. Go Steelers, I know we're in Bucks country, but anyway, our grandfathers from the greatest generation, you know, fantastic guys, introduced us to the outdoors and wildlife, adventure and all that, and then we did go on the road with our parents in a show business family. We traveled around as entertainers and musicians. So that whole sense of just, you know, getting out there and doing a lot of things. We've been very fortunate, very close family, and, you know, along with our brothers as well. They're always involved, Scott and Tom, and everything that we do. So very close.
Again, real quickly, explain the importance of your work, the tagging, the releasing. What's the entire point?
Well, you know, that it's manyfold, really. We know very little about these animals, and the more we can learn about them and the more we can actually educate and create awareness with the public, the better off we are. Scientifically, the data is used for, like Brooks said, you know, migration studies. You can see the condition of a fish when it's recaptured, how far it's gone.
Populations.
Populations are in great decline. It's a subject of some debate, but it's used for those purposes. But, you know, we like to use the power of, you know, our interests and our passions, but use the power of entertainment to kind of create an awareness and just get people closer to these animals.
That's the way to do it.
Educate through entertainment.
Educate through entertainment. And I must say, I like your shark necklaces. Those are teeth, right?
They are.
Very, very nice.
That's actually from the largest fish ever caught on rod and reel, a 3,427-pound great white.
Well, we are not done with you guys. We're going to see some of the equipment that you use, and we'll talk a little bit more later on in the show. And watch out, folks. This is quite an adventure.
Real-life shark hunters Sean and Brooks Paxton, thanks very much. We look forward to catching your demonstration a little later on in the show.
Great. Thanks for having us.
Looking for more information on something you heard Cindy, Dave, or Lindsay talk about on the show? Then just check out Daytime's website at daytimeonline.tv.
We have a lot more to come. Still ahead, more shark adventures. We introduced you to the Shark Brother adventurers at the top of the show.
Yeah, and in just a bit, we're going to see them again. They're going to suit me up in the authentic shark fishing gear. I don't think anybody wants to miss that. Stick around.